get started.
Bala, take us, start us off.
Alright.
15.
Alright, Shalom. Let's pause and start making our praises too.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakudash.
That will honor ourselves and prosperity in millstone, tell the truth and the will. Peace, blessing, and salutation. I come out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of earth. That's serving truth and sincerity. So we say Shalom. Here's the Detroit GMS brothers here again. Another live stream video, and as you can see, what the title says, E is self-destructive. You know, we got a few clips that we're gonna play. You know, that we're gonna go into it. So I'm gonna grab this first one.
We do the jobs nobody wants to do. We have nothing here in America. Y'all keep flooding it. But like God said, Yahweh himself says, we will chase you out of here, and it's going to be a thorn.
Are you going to chase me out of here?
No, we're going to burn you out.
Are you going to burn me out? How are you going to do it? How are you going to do with 11 million immigrants?
Don't matter. Hey, we killed 6 million Jews the last time.
How are you, you're telling me that you're going to burn me?
Yeah.
No.
You're sitting on my property now.
Yes, it is your property.
Yeah.
And I do understand that I'm probably the first black person immigrant here in your property.
Well, first off, said you're Cuban. Or whatever. To me, you're a nigger. That's it.
Watch your mouth.
That's it.
I find that offensive. And I don't think you need to go that. Because my skin color doesn't define me.
All people say.
And that's one clip. But Esau caused that problem, immigration. He created that problem. And now he hates everybody else, but he's the one who caused these issues that happens in his own land. It's kind of funny, but that goes into Esau's self-destructive behavior. You can go to the next clip even touches on it more.
Okay.
Is anyone else convinced that the only reason we can't have good social safety programs in the United States, like a good social healthcare system and a good safety net system, is because of the bunch of white people who are racist? And here's what I mean. I am convinced that if you could tell the racists that only white people would get food stamps and universal healthcare and universal basic income, they would all vote for it. The only reason they don't want to vote for it is because they're afraid that black people and people of color might get it. And I can prove it. Look at back in the day, there used to be public pools in almost every town in the South. No matter how big or small the town was, they used to have a public pool. And then after the Civil Rights Act, they had to start letting people of color into their public pools. And white people decided they would rather fill the pools with concrete and let nobody swim than have to swim with black people. And I'm convinced the same thing happens with our social safety net. These people would rather suffer themselves than help black people too. Is anyone else convinced
That says self-sabotage upon Esau because of the hatred that he has for Jacob. He would rather self-sabotage and destroy himself, because America will fall apart if we get rid of all the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They just let them niggas go and let us go. This place will fall apart in a second.
There's a phrase in the world, biting off your nose to spite your face, meaning essentially you're doing harm to yourself as a counter, and at the end of the day, you're the one who loses. And Esau Edom, he's willing to. It's dead.
Yeah, it's 10%.
You can try. It'll die in two minutes.
Well, that phone's low.
What you need, a C-type?
Yeah.
Just take that cord over there.
Yep.
Find it. Yep.
Yeah, stretch.
Yep. Esau Edom is willing to sacrifice many of his own people just to do damage to us, the Israelites. Probably on that wall right there behind. I don't know if there's an outlet right there. You could double check actually behind the bookshelf. Esau Edom is willing to. He's willing to hurt his own just to get at us. But he's done it, like he said in there. It's so bad to where society's unraveling. Did you have something, Bob?
You got something? You got something first.
Get yours.
Just real quick, just going off of the first clip, you know what Esau said, Genesis 27 and 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then when I slayed my brother Jacob. So when you go into the history of Esau and Jacob, this goes all the way back to where they receiving the blessings from Isaac. Jacob received one blessing and Esau received this blessing. And the blessing that Jacob received is way better than what Esau is going to receive. And Esau got supplanted, which is all set up through the Heavenly Father, out of his blessing. When you go into the story and the history of what actually happened. And ever since that event has happened, Esau has always had that evil eye towards Jacob, And as history went on, they was able to show it, when you look at hardcore slavery, then even after hardcore slavery, when you had the hardcore racism era, where they was, calling you like you just did, calling you niggas,
100 years of lynching.
what they was, their record speaks for itself. Now they're going back into that mindset, of showing exactly how they really feel about you. And he said it. She said, "How you gonna get rid of us?" He said, "By burning you, man."
6 million more. And he was referencing the Amalekites.
Yeah, and saying how they did, over there, the incident that happened. And now he said, "We'll do it. We did it once. We'll do it again." And that's Esau's always had that in their hearts, man. To want to slay Jacob. To slay the Israelites.
And that type of mindset is bringing his kingdom to ruin, because now his own are suffering under these things, because certain laws they don't want to put in play because who benefits from it? Niggas. So with niggas benefiting from it, Esau will, like with the whole New Deal thing. Originally it was Edomites that benefited. Now that it's Jake, everyone's in an uproar about it. You got more Edomites on fucking welfare than niggas. So, and now you see Esau taking away these systems and program, and it's destroying the economy. Even with the first clip we seen earlier, well, before we started with Trump talking about the tariffs,
Yep.
That's self-destructive. These tariffs are affecting your citizens more than anybody else. But the scriptures say, "He that is evil unto himself, who will do good."
Yep.
Where's that at?
Sirach 14 and 3.
This is Sirach 14 and verse 3.
Oh, or it might be 5. One of the two. I'm sorry.
It says, verse 5, it says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good." So Esau is evil unto his own. Look how he treats his own. So how much more you niggas, how much more you heathens? Esau Edom is a self-destructive asshole. That's why if this place continued on, he would destroy the planet Earth, because all he knows is destruction.
I got some.
Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25 to 26. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?" And I grab that because, like the brothers mentioned, you got people that are in power doing things and passing laws that's making the people on the lower end suffer. And you got the what's the word I want to use? You got people in power that's basically saying, "Oh well, we're gonna pass this law." Well, the people on the lower end, well, that's leaving us hanging out to dry. And just like the brother said, certain laws that's getting passed is helping Jake out. Well, it was a problem. It wasn't a problem when it was young. Now it's a problem when it is. So that's it.
You got something up?
Oh, y'all got it.
About
I'm looking for one in particular.
yeah, I got something.
Yep, this is Sirach 10 and 2. It says, "As the judges of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein." And look at the vibration that Trump and his administration is pushing. What did Vance say? At that convention, that convention that they had, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. You have Elon Musk that's pushing his white supremacy, saying if the whites, basically saying whites are becoming a minority, in the country. trying to say that they need to get their shit together so they can try to be back on top. So when you have these peoples in these power positions saying these things, what is that pushing? What vibration is that pushing on the rest of the people?
I got something.
It's pushing them to what? To follow that same mindset. So now you have a dude that's sitting on there. He's supposed to be having an interview. Yeah, he's on his own land where having an interview. But what's he spewing? Spewing hatred remarks. He said what did he say? He said, to me, you just a nigga. She said, I feel like that's very offensive. What did he say? I don't care how you feel, man. And we're seeing that vibration push on all these Edomites out here who are on that side of the fence. Having that hatred, having that evil eye, not hiding it anymore because they don't have to.
And it's creating a divide amongst the Edomites, that hatred, because you have some Edomites who don't want to have that hatred towards these Jake, but what is creating this divide between even those, which we all know, the left and the right bullshit, but it's creating that that divide. It's destroying. This place is really unfolding in itself, and it's not because of niggas. It's because of the so-called white men that make these rules and these laws and these make these plays. It's not niggas destroying America. It's Edomites. Edomites are bringing America down. They're destroying their own kingdom. It's not these so-called black people. Because you get rid of all the niggas, what do you have left? You two. It's just you. And you realize that all your problems stem from you.
I'm going to get this real quick. Esau, Edom, he got his power through ripping everybody off, treating everybody like shit. And that evidence is turning against them now. There's another one too in Second Esdras, where it tells you, they're going to end up destroying themselves. Second Esdras 11th chapter. But I'm going to start here, James. I'm going to start at 5. James 5. I'm going to start at verse 4. Then I'm going to work backwards. All right, so James 5 and 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers which ye have reaped down, your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So this man, Edom, the labor and the time that people put in to build this country up, he's defrauded everybody out of it. Motherfuckers ain't getting motherfuckers getting overtaxed. Come to find out that overtime, that no tax on overtime thing was a lie. It was after the half. You get paid time and a half. It was no tax on the half part. So essentially, you're getting taxed still. Veterans ain't getting what they're supposed to be getting. Old people getting screwed out of their Social Security. Everybody that put into this system has been defrauded out of it. And so now their cries are coming up.
And it's not just niggas, no.
Yep. It's his own people. And his own people have the power to do something. We powerless. His own people gonna move. Verse 5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Bingo. So this man, through his evil dealings, he's been able to climb his way to the top. And now all of his evil doings is biting him in the ass. The read one more verse, that's it. So jumping back now to 3. Your silver and your gold is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. So the ultimate destiny of this place is to be destroyed in fire. And it says, the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Rust is a byproduct of iron going bad. Parabolic for all the bad shit that's going on in the country. It's rusting. Motherfucking, single parent households, all the hoes on welfare, crackheads in the streets, the distrust between the citizens and politicians. You get your bitch ass nigga Kwame Kilpatrick. He take your money to buy his wife a $79,000 Lincoln, right? All of that, all over the country. So, Q bono, to who goes the benefit? And Esau, you fucked yourself.
You got something? Go ahead.
This is 2 Esdras 15:14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." It says, "For there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And these are the things that we're fastly approaching. When it says they're not going to regard their kings or princes, who they're referring to? Your mayors, your governors, the people that sit in those power seats. They're not going to regard the things that you're saying, because it's not going to mean anything. Everybody, it's going to be every man for themselves. It says one people stand up against another, fighting against each other, because like the brother said, you got Esau, who's for, with Trump and Vance and all of them the same, and you got other Edomites that are not for it. So then that's that division being stirred up right there. So they're gonna be fighting against one another. Then what, you gonna have Jake fighting against E? Everyone's gonna be fighting against one another. And these are the times we're in too. That's why it says the war to them not dwelling in order. That means destruction, man. It's gonna be a lot of chaos going on in the times we're entering into.
Appreciate it. I wanted to get back in that Sirach 10 and get that verse 3, because I was reading this earlier. This is Sirach chapter 10 verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So this is going to show that what? Esau Edom's the one in authority, and I was going to grab the Proverbs.
You need a righteous leader. A bad leader will lead his empire to destruction. A good leader and wise leader will lead his empire to prosperity. You can link that up with Wisdom of Solomon 6, where it tells you the multitude of the wise is welfare of the people. Get Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 24,
Okay.
if you don't mind. I was looking for something else. You have another precept?
Yeah, I was doing the Proverbs 29 and 2 back then also.
Okay, he's gonna get that Wisdom of Solomon first.
6 and 24.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 24. It says, "But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people."
So is Esau a wise ruler? No. He's breaking his people down physically with the bad foods, the chemicals, all that. He's breaking them down psychologically, all the stuff that gets pushed in the media. And he's breaking us down financially, all the hardships that everyone's going through with the economy. The only result will be destruction, right? Even a mouse. If you chase a mouse into a corner, eventually it will turn and lash out. Although it's outnumbered, although it's outmanned and outsized, Esau Edom has been pulling all these strings. He's been talking a good one, but he's been doing a bad one. And so now everybody is ready to go. Get that Proverbs out.
Can I grab that next verse?
Yep.
Verse 25, it says, "Receive therefore instruction through my words, and they shall do you good."
And does he receive instruction? No. Well, Psalms 50 tells you that.
Yep,
that's what you got? Get that.
Yeah,
We'll
real
come
quick.
back. Yep.
This is Psalms 50 and 16. It says, "But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee?" And that's what Esau does, man. He hates instruction. He doesn't uphold the ways that the Heavenly Father told us to follow. Why? Because he's not one of the Heavenly Fathers. The Heavenly Father's not dealing with him on a level like he's dealing with the Israelites, man. The only way the Heavenly Father's dealing with them is on the left hand side. That's it. And through the left hand side, look what he does, and look what he has done. He's completely polluted the whole earth. He's perverted the minds of the people. Why? Because he's hated instruction. And you got the men out here that that call him out, to rebuke him and tell him the things he's going off about. But he's not gonna listen to us. Why? Because what is his mindset towards us? You're just niggas, man.
He did all this to afflict us while afflicting his own people. He wasn't paying attention, which he was, but it was Esau Edom's hatred burns for us so bad. He scorched the whole world, and now the whole world hates him. Isaiah, what's that? Either 13 or 14, where it tells you take up this parable against the king of Babylon, right? The nations, they're ready to go to war with him because of all his misdeeds and misdoings. He's been so busy calling you the N-word, chasing you down, like the broad said, taking the water out of pools and filling it with concrete. They've been so
Throwing
busy,
acid.
huh?
Throwing acid.
Throwing niggas off of ships, hanging us from trees, castrating us, going up on the street, on the beach. Do you date black men? You know, so busy chasing us around the earth. He's been scourging it. So now the people are ready to scourge him. Get that Proverbs.
It's Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
So obviously, from looking at the mindset of the world, and the term is called zeitgeist, the spirit of the world or the mindset of the masses of the people. You can look up the word zeitgeist. That's what it literally means. The zeitgeist of the world is very negative. Everybody's angry. I'm gonna throw this in with it, Amos 5 and 9. And this is a precept that links with 9 and 13. The plowman shall overtake the reaper. This is Amos 5 and 9. It says that strengtheneth the spoiled against the strong, so that the spoiled shall come against the fortress. And that's what's about to happen. The people that have been spoiled, the people who have been robbed of their livelihood, they're about to come against the fortress. And funny enough, one of the definitions for the word Batazara, is fortress or sheepfold, which Esau Edom, he's the great fortress of the earth through America. You got something right now?
It's like Job
20.
Is it Job 20?
20 and 22?
All the hands of the wicked.
Yep, 20 and 22.
Somebody read that.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, this is Job 20 and 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. You know that hand of the wicked is the word there is amal, meaning the laborers. And that's not just Jake, that's all his people.
Yeah.
Everyone is coming up against Esau Edom for all the deeds that he's done on the earth.
The women leaving him.
Mm-hmm.
He's, you know, the nations, I'll tell you about camera already out, but people in other countries, everybody is pointing the finger at America.
Yeah.
Everybody's pointing the finger at America.
Even their own Edomite nations. Other Edomite nations are pointing the finger at you. Nations are talking about leaving the EU.
Making memes. Greenland made memes about the Americans. The Russians, they have they make memes about it. They say, what do you think about the Americans? They're fat, they're lazy.
Yeah.
And then the one Jake, I don't know if y'all saw, somebody sent it. He was asking questions. I forget what country he was in. He was asking them, what do y'all think about Americans? And the lady, she specified, she was like, this is what we think about white Americans. She's like, we don't really, she had an accent, of course. She's like, we don't think much of y'all. She's like, this is what we think about the white Americans. And she went on to say, you know, I'm gonna find that clip. Do your thing. But essentially, Edom's the bad guy. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Let me find that fucking
This is
clip.
Ezekiel 5 verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. No. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shemai Shapar, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And this is a message to Mount Seir, to Edom. And who's the chief city of Edom now? America. Father.
America, God shed his light on me. All that bullshit, man.
And that Edomite was saying that he was trying to quote the scriptures. Well, what do the scriptures say about Seir? What is the Lord going to do to Seir? what is the judgment that the Heavenly Father has prepared for Mount Seir? It's destruction. Because you had a perpetual hatred and you're willing to destroy everybody and destroy everything just because of that hatred that you have for Jacob.
As the nigga woman say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the mentality of the world.
Yeah.
Dealing with behind America's punk ass. You got it, Bala.
Real quick, this is Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." You can speak on it, bro.
You got it. Do your thing.
And there you go, right there. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, man. You know, Esau's track record speaks for itself. You know, we're just bringing it out, but you see it.
One of them, either
you got it.
it was either Putin or it was one of the Chinese world leaders. They had made the statement. He was having some back and forth with America. He was like, "Y'all need to." He was like, "You can't say nothing to us. Look how you treat black people in your country." It was Putin. That's what I thought. Yeah, he said, "Look how you discriminate against black people in your country." He's like, "You can't talk to us about being some bullies." But he's damn right.
Yeah.
Y'all have been so insidious and malicious towards us. You're seen as a hypocrite in the eyes of the world when you try to play political police. Because we know you're not genuine. Whatever you're doing or saying, you're using it as an excuse to get power over people.
Exactly.
Because if you really cared about justice and peace and liberality, you wouldn't be smacking our skulls in. They just blew another nigga's melon out.
Come on, huh?
Up there, Daquan Johnson, I believe his name.
Exactly.
And I mean, you know, he was acting what he ran from the police, right? Okay, y'all caught him. Y'all got the dog on him. He's on his stomach with both his hands behind his back. There's no reason to top his melon. You know, I mean, the curses, right?
Yeah.
But it's like no mercy. You've shown us no mercy, and the world has seen it. Hey, what was they telling us in Vietnam? Black man, go home. Remember we was watching Dead Presidents? What he did? He had them posters, and the Edomite, the sergeant of the platoon, he said, "Throw that propaganda shit away," but because he didn't want his fellow black soldiers to get that idea in their mind and to turn around on him, which was what niggas should have did.
I got something real quick. This is Amos 1 and verse 9 says, "Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they did deliver up the captivity to Edom, and remember not the brotherly covenant." Actually, I think it's verse 11. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra." And so the Lord is going to destroy Edom. But even now, Edom is in this self-destructive state because of this hatred that they have towards Jacob. They're willing to do anything but let a nigga get above them. They'll rather shoot themselves in the leg. They'll be poor, but as long as we're not as poor as a nigga.
Yeah.
That's Esau's mentality. And
Y'all
that's
made
all
it about
Edomites.
race.
That's not just the elites. That's all Edomites.
Yeah.
As long as
I'm doing better than that nigga.
if he got 50 cents, I got $1.
Yep. Yeah.
That's Esau Edom. That's the mindset of these Edomites we work with. That's the mindset of these Edomites we see on a daily basis. That's his mindset with these homeless Edomites.
Yeah.
Because they're not Jake, they're homeless Edomites. Some of them could be Jake, but the majority of them are homeless Edomites.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. That's that they, as long as they have $1 and you got 50 cents to a quarter, they'll accept
Mission
anything.
accomplished.
One up you.
And that's Esau's Edom's modus operandi.
You don't care about doing right because y'all have had all the time in the world to do right, to fix things, and you ain't been. Y'all didn't start trying to break down the Bible till you seen the
You niggas
Hebrews
in the
at
car
the
now.
corner, huh?
They ain't sitting in cars
Yeah.
talking about the scriptures.
Yeah. Where were you Christians at when we fucking needed you?
Yeah.
Where were you at to stop America from sending them boys over there in 03? How come you didn't tell Bush and them, No, we all at America,
Well,
we was done wrong. Yes, they came and knocked our towers over, but we need to practice with Jesus. Where was you bitch ass? Some of you same bitch ass niggas was in the crowd saying, let's go get us some Arabs.
Well, what was
Fuck outta
it in the early 90s when
Yup.
y'all was lynching and killing niggas? This is years after
Yup.
slavery.
Beating Rodney King down.
Well,
How come a good Christian didn't pull over and stop and tell those other officers that is not what Christ like?
1905, sending posters.
Yeah,
to-
postcards.
Postcards,
Yeah.
one to another, saying we're gonna burn and kill them all. And that's just not the KKK. That's just regular Edomites. Edomites in these small towns. Livonia is a sundown town.
Oh.
Canton, all these different areas throughout Michigan and throughout all these areas. It wasn't just the KKK killing niggas.
Yeah,
They like to just put it to one group of Edomites. No, it's all of you.
all of you.
And now you Edomites are in the same predicament as niggas, and look at how you're acting. This place is, that's why it says you should have the Egyptian against the Egyptian, because this is the self-destructive mindset of you Edomites. You're all warring against each other.
Are you dead? Do you date black men?
Yeah.
Do you date black men?
You're polluting the race.
Running around with microphones.
Microphone.
Man, nigga, get out the bitch face. You see what she like.
They got- yeah.
What'd you do? What man wouldn't you date? Not you, bro.
Yeah. And look at the Greeks. Look what happened in there. They was just warring against each other. Wasn't nobody bothering them but themselves.
Yep, yeah, precisely. But themselves. Kazaki, you got something?
Go ahead, nail him through with the pass.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah,
Bali, you
think
got something?
I got some.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Find this video. Goddamn.
Psalms 109
What's up, P?
and I'm gonna start at 16. I'm gonna read it in NLT. It says, "For he refused all kindness to others; he persecuted the poor and needy, and he hounded the brokenhearted to death. He loved to curse others; now you curse him. He never blessed others; now don't you bless him. Cursing is a natural to him as his clothing, or the water he drinks, or the rich food he eats. Now may his curses return and cling to him like clothing. May they be tied around him like a belt. May those curses become the Lord's punishment for my accusers who speak evil of me." And that's describing Esau to the T, man.
Everything turned back on.
Everything turned back on him. Why? Because in the 16th verse it says, "Because he refused all kindness to others, he persecuted the poor and the needy." And that's what he's always done. He's never shown kindness, to the Israelites. Never. When you go to the northern kingdom, look how he dealt with the northern kingdom. Look how he dealt with the southern kingdom, man. All the way up to this day, he's never shown kindness, and he's not going to. That's why he has to. That's why when you go to Revelations 18:5, what does it say? His sins has reached up to the heaven. His sins have reached up to Yahweh Shai, man. So now it's time.
And even if it fucking showed, because Alexander showed kindness to the Israelites. So what? So your evil deeds trump any kindness you've done to the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Your evil deeds have definitely outdone any goodness that you've done to the children of Israel.
What do they say in the courtroom? Your one right does not outweigh all the wrongs you've done.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That one right does not outweigh all the wrong you've done.
You see that in the movie Fast and Furious with Dominic when they finally called him up and he had helped them catch the big drug dealer. They said there's one right don't avoid a life full of wrong that you've done.
Shit, Red Dead showed you that. That's why they killed John Marston after the first
That
one.
nigga was chilling.
They helped him track down all his old homies, and at the end of it all, they stood outside. He like, ooh, got to ripping off.
He good with that.
Maybe-
Frank Lucas, man.
Yeah.
They
Yup.
hemmed him up.
Yup.
He snitched, told him everybody what.
He
Still
said-
like this ass.
He said, I want all of them. He still slid on that chair and got to talking. Yeah, that's it, bro. I ain't gonna be able to, I'll probably find it right after.
You probably lost him.
Alright, so Lord willing, this is the edifying lesson. We're gonna close out by giving our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
that my honors to the Project Great Millstone, taught the truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutation, I come out there. scattered abroad to the four corners of earth, that serve His truth and sincerity till we say Shalom.
Shalom. Find it as soon as this camera goes.